Good Monday afternoon, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Nick Oresco. We are starting off the work week with some rain. Could make for a tricky evening commute. Let's bring in 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis now. Rainy out there, Brian, this evening.
Yeah, a little bit of rain and also a light wintry mix developing in the hills. In fact, as we head into the evening hours, there might even be a light accumulation in some of our rural areas. Otherwise, it's cold rain for us. You can see here that traffic is moving along fine despite the rain. I-91 is good from Northampton to Longmeadow, and the Mass Pike is also running fine from the Berkshires into Palmer as well. Let's take a look at the winter weather advisory. Again, primarily for the hills to our west and for the hills of Worcester County as well, for a light coating of some mixed wintry weather. So a little bit of sleet, a little bit of freezing rain, a little bit of snow as well. Let's take a look at temperatures right now. Just about all of us are still well above freezing. 40 degrees Northampton, 41 in Orange and Westfield, 43 Springfield, and 42 in Greenfield, 38 in North Adams. Here you go. You can see the clouds on radar. A little bit of mixed precipitation, at least on radar, far western Hampshire, far western Franklin County, where that winter weather advisory is in effect. We'll update weather through the day tomorrow with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
The NYPD has identified and arrested a strong person of interest in the shooting of the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. According to police, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione was arrested on weapons charges outside a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. An employee reported him to the police because he looked suspicious. Police were able to find a fake ID with the same name as the one used by the suspected killer, a ghost gun, and a suppressor. 3 pieces of paper were also found that could display the shooter's motivation. What officials say is an ill will towards corporate America. Well, the start of the Karen Reed trial, the second trial, is being delayed. This comes after the judge overseeing the high-profile case approved a motion from both the prosecution and defense. The trial was initially set to start on January 27th, but now has been pushed to April 1st. Reed is accused of hitting her Boston police officer boyfriend John O'Keefe with her SUV and leaving him to die in the snow outside a home in Canton in January 2022. The first trial, which ended in a mistrial in July, raised questions about the way Massachusetts State Police investigators handled the case. An October lawsuit filed against hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs has just been refiled to include hip-hop star Jay-Z. The lawsuit claims that in 2000, when the accuser was 13, Jay-Z and Combs allegedly raped her at a house party after the MTV Video Music Awards in New York. There have been several lawsuits filed in recent months accusing Combs of assault and rape, but this is the first suit in which he has named another high-profile defendant. The accuser is seeking unspecified damages. Daniel Penny, the Marine veteran who used a chokehold on a subway rider in New York City, was found not guilty this morning. A Manhattan jury delivered the verdict, clearing Penny of homicide in Jordan Neely's death last year. A more serious manslaughter charge was dismissed earlier in deliberations because the jury deadlocked on that count. Both charges were felonies and carried the possibility of prison time. Penny's lawyers said he was protecting himself and other subway passengers from a volatile, mentally ill man who was making alarming remarks and gestures. Prosecutors said Penny reacted far too forcefully to someone he perceived as a peril, not a person. Well, back now with meteorologist Brian Lapis. A soggy evening out there, Brian. Some of us in western Massachusetts could see some ice.
Yeah, there could be a little bit of ice. Luckily, that's going to happen in our more rural areas and not where most of us live. But nonetheless, if you are traveling into the hills tonight, west of Greenfield, northwest of Northampton, you may run into a little bit of sleet, snow, and possibly a touch of freezing rain. You can see that the main event, the bulk of the rain, is happening this afternoon here as we take a look at the clouds and radar, and you can look into the future now with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast. West of Greenfield, there it is, a little bit of snow, sleet, and freezing rain. For the rest of us, it's plain steady rain. But here's the thing, the steady rain starts to taper off as early as 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, and then overnight it's showers and drizzle, areas of fog with temperatures in the 30s. Give yourself a couple of extra minutes tomorrow morning. There might be some icy surfaces even in the lower Pioneer Valley, and then it's a gray day here tomorrow with high temperatures in the low 40s with scattered, mainly light showers here through the end of the day. We'll update a more steady rain that's on the way in here for the middle of the week with our 22 News Storm Team forecast on 22 News at 5.
The New York Mets have agreed to a record 15-year contract worth $765 million for superstar Juan Soto. Soto's deal is the largest in Major League Baseball history, topping Shohei Ohtani's $700 million 10-year contract with the Dodgers. It's also believed to be the largest contract in sports history. The 26-year-old Soto played with the Yankees last season and belted 41 home runs and drove in 109 runs. A pair of ruby slippers worn by the Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz sold for over $28 million in an auction held on Saturday. The slippers are one of 4 surviving pairs from the 1939 film and were once stolen from a museum. The initial bid was $500,000. The auction also included the hat worn by the Wicked Witch in the original movie that sold for $2.9 million. Well, tonight on 22 News, starting at 5 o'clock, Syria's longtime dictator has been overthrown after years of civil war in that country. See what this could mean for us here in the U.S. Plus, a court recently upheld a law that could potentially ban TikTok nationwide. See what this could mean for those who rely on the app for income. And we'll have the latest on a Boston tax bill that could have ramifications across our state. Brian?
And the traffic continues to be fine here as we get into the evening commute. Be ready for some road spray and limited visibility. But Mass Pike from Blandford to Worcester Hills is looking good. And the I-91 from Springfield to Northampton is also in pretty good shape. We'll track the potential for a little bit of light wintry weather this evening and the wetter weather for the middle of the week on 22 News at 5.
Brian, thanks, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. Latest news and weather anytime at wwlp.com and, of course, the free 22 News app.